Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor and I help people navigate through their ascension process. And just a couple days ago, I made a video about a very common ascension symptom that I just sort of decided to call the funk. The funk being just where you wake up and you're just off, you don't feel good physically, mentally, emotionally, you feel cynical, you feel pessimistic and cut off and your thinking's cloudy. Just a whole whole cocktail of ascension symptoms hitting you all at once. And I explained how it's sort of a reorientation process and does ultimately serve a positive purpose, and when you come out of it, as you always do, you'll feel like $1,000,000. Well, this video is for those of you who find yourself in this funk and haven't come out of it yet. There are things you can do to take the edge off and to even shorten the duration of that funk. And that's what this video is about, how to deal with being in the funk while you're in the funk. The first thing I would recommend is doing whatever particular spiritual practice that you're fond of that puts you in a state of being the observer. And the observer, you hear about that a lot in Eastern philosophy. That just means creating some distance between what's going on in your head and in your body and in your life and you. Rather than feeling like you are suffering, you are emotional, you are having racy and paranoid and fearful thoughts, and you are experiencing challenges, you can step back and say, it's almost like this person is experiencing all these things, and I can kind of feel it a little bit, but it's this poor sap who's going through all this shit. You can do stuff to detach you from your life in a positive way. I personally do Kundalini yoga. That's my favorite thing to do. It has it's like the most powerful straight shot to that state of consciousness that I know that has only positive side effects. My YouTube channel, if you look, has actually a couple of different, maybe 2 or 3 different free Kundalini yoga instruction videos. You can check those out if you've never done it before. But that's what I do. You can meditate. You can do whatever puts you in that state of the observer. And again, that's one of the things that will take the edge off. It'll make it so, yeah, this person is sort of suffering a little bit. He doesn't feel his best. He's not really accomplishing much, and he feels kind of poor about that. But I'm just sitting here watching it all go down. And again, it just takes the edge off big time, okay? You don't have to suffer that much, because what I used to do is I would do the opposite. Rather than detach and accept and observe, I would, oh no, I can't believe it. Oh, when is this going to end? I can't believe this is happening. This is so unfair. I don't know why it's happening to me. It's just so unpleasant. Why do I feel this way? Should I call the doctor? Let's go online. Are other people going through this? Is there some kind of major shift going on? What's the astrology like? I would go freaking crazy in my head, and I would only exacerbate the symptoms of it. And I know a lot of you guys might do that as well. And, I did it for a long time too. But I realized that doesn't help. The universe isn't going to feel sorry for you, and it's just going to watch as you create havoc for yourself unnecessarily. So don't do that. Step back. In whatever way works for you. You don't have to do Kundalini yoga. That's what I like. Find something that works for you. Everyone has something that'll work fine for them. This next one is just as important and just as effective. This is what's going to actually help pull you out of it. And that's by taking action in spite of being in the funk. So a couple days ago, yesterday I mentioned I was in the funk, okay? I woke up in the funk. And it was a day that it was coming off of Halloween. It was Tuesday, but the Tuesday felt kind of like a Monday to me. And Mondays, typically, I get a lot done. I usually wake up feeling really good and inspired, and I usually shoot a couple of videos and write a couple of blog posts and send an email to my email list and comment on Instagram. I'm usually all over the place on that start of the week day. And I went to bed feeling fine. I was coming off of Halloween, and I did the whole trick-or-treating thing with my 3 kids now, and it was beautiful. We had some nice weather, and my family came over, and we all kind of mobbed around and got some candy. It was so awesome, and I went to bed feeling good. I slept fine. I woke up in this funk. And I was really man, I sort of put stuff off because it was Halloween. So I was kind of stressed out, man, I'm not getting anywhere with this. I'm not doing anything. And so I didn't really do anything. I just sort of like took about a half a day to accept and stop resisting the fact that I was in this funk. I kind of ended up giving into it, but I didn't really get anything done, and I just sat there kind of stewing a little bit, you know. Well, the next day, as I mentioned, I woke up still in this funk, but this time I was like, In fact, the night before, I decided, I don't care how you wake up the next day, I had this big to-do list, and I was going to accomplish it and do it regardless of how I felt. And sure enough, I woke up and had to put put that comment and assertion to the test, because I woke up in that funk still. So everything I tried to do, like I woke up at 5 a.m., slammed some water, did a little meditation, every part of that was like, ugh, I don't feel like doing this. This sucks. I'm so miserable, you know. And then I did some work on my computer for one of the new programs I'm working on, and sent out an email. And that was like, oh, I wasn't really tapped into the flow like I like to be. And I felt just kind of like doubting every little thing I did. But I was like, nope, you're going to freaking do it. I don't give a shit how you feel. You're not going to give up. I'm going to be a little pansy. You're going to do it. And then I went for a nice long walk and listened to my audio book, as I do. Been listening to Dharma Bums by Jack Kerouac. Pretty cool book. Sort of more of like it's a standard novel rather than like an informative book I typically read. And that was like, I couldn't focus. I kept like wandering off mentally. It was dark. My little dog was being annoying. And, you know, but I did it anyway. I screw it. I came back and I was already feeling a little better. I believe I kind of forced myself into a routine that I knew has a positive effect on my state of mind. And even though it wasn't fun doing it, it did sort of wear on me, and I felt a little bit better. And then by the time I did my leg workout in my basement today, I hit legs real hard and did some like martial arts and whatnot, and that was like, oh, that's when I emerged out of this funk. I was like, oh yes. In fact, sometimes when I work out, I have a notebook, because I tend to get like good ideas. It's like when I kind of open up the floodgates for myself. It's what works for me. And it was like, oh my God, I could not keep up with all these different notes and ideas and bursts of positive energy and inspiration. I was just so like, thank God I got out of that funk. But I suspect if I was to wake up and did the same things I did the day before and just sort of like, oh, this sucks. Why is this happening to me? Who knows how long it would have lasted. So that's it, guys. That's my advice. That's what I found works for me, is being proactive and becoming meditative. And the combination of those two things can go a very long way for taking the edge off while you're in the funk and shortening the duration of that funk. And just in doing so, and realizing how much power you have over your experience of these ascension symptoms, it's so empowering. You just feel so, it really helps breed a very raw, natural, earthly, legit state of confidence in yourself and your ability to exert yourself here on the physical plane, even in the midst of this chaotic energy we're all sort of bumping into as this ascension process ensues. Sometimes you're feeling on, sometimes you're feeling off, sometimes they're good, sometimes sort of suck, sometimes really suck, sometimes they're really good, and it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You can get shit done. You can go forward. You can accomplish things, and you can still work towards your dreams and work on cultivating the better version of yourself despite what's going on. And that feels very good, because then again, you just have more of the attitude that it doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter what the November energies bring. It doesn't matter what he said, because I'm going to do this. So I hope that helps you guys. Thank you very much. I will speak to you in the next video, and have a good one. Peace.